watching Vnews Bulletin. Bong from and now the headlines as usual. Party chief attends conference on public security force building. Seminar discusses Vietnam-France economic ties. And later on, Bún Chả features in British Platinum Jubilee Cookbook. A conference was held on June 17th to implement a Politburo's resolution on developing the public security force. Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng attended the event.
Speaking at the conference, the party chief stressed that ensuring security and social order should go hand in hand with socio-economic development and the expansion of foreign relations. Trọng emphasized the need to build a public security force that has firm political mettle, good morality, and healthy lifestyle, maintains close ties with people, and knows how to utilize science technology and its modern equipment and weapons, among other standards needed in the new situation. He ordered stepping up inspections and supervisions to fight corruption and other negative phenomena, and better implement the party's policies and guidelines under state law. The Politburo resolution, adopted by the 30th Politburo, is intended to intensify the building of a pure, strong, regular, elite, and a modern public security force that can fulfill requirements and tasks in the new situation.
President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc hosted a reception for Chairman of the Presidential Office of Laos, Khamani Phonsena, on June 17th. President Phúc affirmed that Vietnam always stands side by side with Laos, doing its best to preserve, protect, and develop the great friendship and special solidarity between two countries. The two presidential offices need to strengthen cooperation and try the best to improve the quality of their work, contributing to effectively implement guidelines and policies of the two parties and states, the President stressed. For her part, Chairwoman Khamani Phonsena expressed her gratitude for the support from President and Presidential Office of Vietnam over the past time. The chairwoman said she hopes that President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc will continue to pay attention to and create conditions for the cooperation between two offices, helping them to become more associated with practical activities. We have more news coming up next. Let's take a look.
On the afternoon of June 17, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired a meeting with leaders of press agencies on the occasions of the 97th anniversary of the Vietnam Revolutionary Breast Day, June 21, 1925, 2022. Conveying the best wishes to Vietnamese journalists who are working in the country and abroad, the government leader affirmed that the party and state always attach great importance to the roles of the press in the party's revolutionary cause. Leaders of the Ministries of Information and Communications, Vietnam Journalist Association, news agencies and newspapers thank the government for the attention, direction and facilitation of press activities. They also briefed the PM on the current situation of the press and major orientations in press activities in the coming time. PM Chính asked the press agencies to promote the spirit of revolutionary press, actively joining the fight against corruption, negativity, and wastefulness. Sharing with difficulties facing the press and journalists now, the PM said the government will continue to support and try to strengthen the capability for the press in the time to come.
A seminar on the economic relations between Vietnam and France and the latest investment projects in the former was held recently in the southern French city of Montpellier, both in person and online.
Vietnamese ambassador to France, Dinh Duan Thăng, said that over the past 5 decades, the friendships and cooperation between the two countries has seen positive, diverse, and substantive developments in the fields of politics, economics, cultures, and education. France is currently Vietnam's second largest investor in the EU, with total registered capital of over $3.6 billion. primarily in production and real estate. Many French businesses at the seminar showed interest in Vietnam, having noted the opportunities for development.
French businesses are interested in the Vietnamese market because they see many opportunities for mutual development.
Meanwhile, some young businesses noted Vietnam's strength in tropical fruit. They also expressed the hope that they may develop in the field through traditional production methods.
Vietnam is home to tropical fruit that the French love, such as passion fruit, pineapple, mangoes, lychees, and coconut. Our fruit juice products are made under traditional methods, highlighting Vietnamese skill. I believe that with Vietnam's potential and strengths, as well as the government determination, the country's cooperation with France in general and Montpellier in particular will see breakthroughs.
The ambassador committed to acting as a bridge connecting the two countries and their partners to boost cooperation for sustainable development.
Vietnam is finalizing procedures to get allowance to export longan to Japan, one of the world's juiciest markets.
The Department of Plant Protection under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is conducting negotiations to open more doors for Vietnamese longan to penetrate this market. The department said that Japan has the most stringent sanitary and phytosanitary standards in the world. Therefore, good preservation technology is required to maintain the freshness of fruits, including longan, during transportation at a reasonable cost. In 2020, the Department of Plant Protection proposed applying the cold pressure processing method for all varieties of longan, as was accepted by the Japanese Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. The Japanese and Vietnamese side spent many months developing a plan to carry out experiments applying this method. If the cold pressure processing technology is approved by the Japanese side, Vietnam will have a great opportunity to export this kind of fruit to this market. Last year, Vietnam exported over 117,500 tons of longan, including over 11,000 tons of fresh longan. Vietnam fresh longan is currently sold in 17 countries and territories across the world.
Negotiations on the export of durian to China are in the final steps and expected to finish soon so that this type of fruit can be shipped to China via official channels this year.
China is still the largest export market of Vietnamese durian. This fruit product is mainly exported to China via border gas. Vietnam has not yet been permitted to officially export durian fruit to the market. According to the Ministry and Rural Development, to give a license on official export for fruit to China, mandatory requirement is that it must be from growing areas and packaging facilities granted codes by the ministry. To promote sustainable agricultural product exports, the domestic agriculture sector needs to change the method of production and export transaction and promote quality control for fruit, including durians.
The Petro-Vietnam Gas Transport Corporation, known as PV Gas, has been named among the top 50 listed companies in 2022 by Forbes Vietnam for the 10th consecutive year.
According to the magazine statistics, the total profit after tax of the 50 companies reached $8.32 billion, up 10.7% against that of those listed last year. PV Gas ranked in the top 5 businesses with the most impressive revenue and profit. Last year, PV Gas recorded a 23% increase in net revenue from sales and service provisions compared to 2020. In 2022, the firm began to import liquefied natural gas from energy conversions to compensate for the declining domestic gas supply and promote the development of liquefied natural gas market in Vietnam. Most of the top 10 companies in the list are industry leaders or have established competitive advantages in their fields of operation. The list was first established in 2013. PV Gas were among the 9 firms honored in all of the 10 editions.
The Central Province of Guangdong has carried out an array of measures to protect and promote the sustainable development of birds' nests on Cham Island.
The swallows' nests are made from their saliva and are a popular food across Asia. Vietnamese Langian nests are seen as one of the best such products in Vietnam due to their high nutritional value. Cả Cave on Cham Island has been chosen as the best place to conduct scientific projects in an effort by Hội An city authorities to raise and develop swallows. After 2 years of conducting a project studying the development of the bird's nest, Hội An city has posted positive results. Some 800 fledglings and 1,000 eggs, which had fallen from their nest, were collected at the end of May. All of the fledglings received care before being released back into nature.
The reproduction rate of swallows has improved in recent years. Fledglings and eggs have been collected, with the latter being incubated at the rescue center.
As the number of swallow flocks has shown signs of declining, Hội An City has introduced various measures to protect and promote their sustainable development. It has assigned a management board of birds' nests on Cham Island to assess the causes of decline and to further develop projects on rescuing fledglings and incubating eggs.
The number of swallows has fallen sharply since 2016. We have carried out 2 projects, one to rescue fledglings and another to incubate eggs. Hội An is pushing solutions to sustainably develop the swallows.
The rate of eggs hatching and fledglings growing well has reached 80%, which represents a major success according to scientists. This is vivid illustration of Hội An City's efforts to enhance the reproduction and sustainable development of swallows on Cham Island.
Bún chả, a Vietnamese signature dish, has been featured in the Platinum Jubilee cookbook in celebration of Queen Elizabeth's 70 years on the throne. On Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee, 70 British embassies and high commissions have come together from around the world to provide recipes that are served during royal visits. The bún chả, Vietnamese green pork with rice noodles recipe by chef Đỗ Thị Hải Lý from British Embassy in Hanoi, made it into the book. British Ambassador to Vietnam Gareth Ward shared in the book, "Bún chả is the pride of Hanoian cuisine. Neither locals nor visitors can resist the smell of the green as they walk past the street food stalls. While it is best sitting on a low stool on the pavement, this dish is also a regular at the residence in Hanoi to set an informal atmosphere for guests or to give visitors an authentic flavor of the city. Bún chả, a bowl of savory, sweet and saltfish sauce with meatballs and thick pork slices served with a plate of white vermicelli, has become an iconic part of Hanoi cuisine. It has had its profile boosted after former President Barack Obama enjoyed this dish during his 2016 trip to Vietnam. The Stories from the Rivers exhibition is underway at the Thừa Thiên Huế History Museum in Huế, offering a panorama of local ceramics from the 11th century.
More than 300 artifacts are being showcased, including live pots, vases, and other salvage from the bottom of the Huong and O Lo rivers. The exhibition is divided into 2 themes. The story of the Huong River gives the public an insight into ceramic artifacts under the Lý, Trần, and later Lê to Nguyễn dynasties from the 11th to 20th centuries. Meanwhile, Antiques under the O Lo River introduces ceramic collections from Phước Tích and Mỹ Xuyên villages dating from 17th to 20th centuries. The artifacts are vivid illustrations of the development of traditional craft villages in Thừa Thiên Huế province and play an important role in scientific research.
And that's wrap up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching. And see you next time.